Hello everyone and welcome back. Before we begin Sabbath's lesson, would you please take a moment to hit those like and share buttons? And as always, please feel free to leave us a comment or a question in the comment section below. Now, added to this, I just want to say thank you to Seth for walking us through last week's lesson, Satan's Final Deceptions. This week, we're going to be talking about the seal of God and the mark of the beast, part 1. This promises to be an incredible study. Now, our memory text for this week comes from Revelation 7, 2, and 3. Then I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried out with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was granted to harm the earth and the sea, saying, "Do not harm the earth, or the sea, or the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads." I'm reminded of that age-old question, what's in a name? It's no coincidence that chapter 13 ends with a group of people who have the name of the beast, and chapter 14 begins with a group of people who have God's name written in their foreheads. Do you think that this is a coincidence, or that John wrote this by mere chance? Now, if you're a note-taker, here's what you need to know. In the Bible, every name, well, it meant something. As a matter of fact, even today, most people's names have a meaning. All you have to do is Google your first name, and chances are you'll find the meaning behind your name. The Bible is no different, but what you need to know is that the Bible often goes one step further. Because in the Bible, quite often your name described either your character or your personality, or it described a personal attribute. Now, for example, take the name Jacob. In the Hebrew, Jacob's name meant deceiver. Now, let me ask you, did Jacob ever deceive anyone? Well, we know that he did, which is why God later on changes his name from Jacob to Israel, which means wrestles with God. Did Jacob wrestle with God? He most certainly did. So when John tells us that the world is going to be divided into 2 groups, here's what we know. One group will have the name of the beast, and the other will have the name of God. This means that these 2 groups will have taken on the character and the attributes of the one they worship. Now, here's why this is so important. Because sometimes we as Seventh-day Adventists have become so focused on the number of the beast and avoiding the mark of the beast that we forget the importance of having God's name written on our foreheads. Sometimes we become so focused on the seal of God that we forget that first we must have the name of God. But more about that later in the week. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow.